I started as a musician when I was 5, so I began music very early age on the trumpet. And then when I was 6, my parents bought a piano, and that was my first memory of the experience of feeling that I'd written something. Whether I had actually written it or not, I don't know. But that initial rush of I've written something, even if it's just all on the black keys and a bit repetitive, but it was that sense that I could create, and I never did on the trumpet. So I played the trumpet from the age of 5 till about 15, 16. Went through all the grades, got up to grade 8, but didn't take grade 8 because I wanted to concentrate on the dance. So there's a bit of a split division. I had to decide which I was going to do as a career. So it made sense to do dancing first when I'm fit and young, and then I could carry on with the music later, which is pretty much what happened.
Did you think about becoming a professional musician from a young age, or was it more
That was my first dream, was to become a professional musician, and I started dancing when I was about 10, and it really was very hard to balance the two, but I think I knew fairly soon that the feedback, the kick I got out of doing ballet was more of a high than from music. So that's why I think the shift took place.
What was it about? I mean, what is it about ballet?
I think it's the same thing with music, actually. It's that there's more in it than you could learn in a lifetime. So that what attracted
the
dancing, yeah, absolutely. Well, certainly with classical technique, because it's fairly fixed, but it evolves, but not as fast as jazz and contemporary. So there is obviously evolution in ballet, but it's much slower. But I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the challenge of being in the biggest possible sea, and thinking I'll never experience everything or know everything about this. So it's a gift that keeps giving to me, anyway, because I enjoy dismantling technique and analysing the physiological and psychological aspects of technique, why dance steps have evolved, why people like to tap their foot when they hear music, all those sort of physical responses to the sounds. And I don't think I'll solve any of these things. But I like investigating them.
Did you carry on with music when you were training, or during your professional career?
Yes, but it was always very much on the back burner. So it was always there, ever present, but not something I could invest huge amounts of time in, because I was performing 8 times a week.
At the performing arts schools now, the dance schools, that they are encouraging their students not only to be trained dancers, but they learn about musicality. A lot of them learn instruments, don't they? The acting, it's the whole artistry performance package, isn't it?
I think so. Ideally, you've got people who are trained in an ideal world equally in dance, music and acting, so that they more often than not at performing arts colleges, they're singing, so the music side of things is singing and acting and dancing for musical theatre, for the purposes of that. And I would say that the shift over the last 20 years is that even the ballet schools feel that they need to have that sort of input as well. They need to be all ready for it. Northern Ballet, for example, use singing and acting on stage. They're quite well renowned for it.
Did you sing?
I did West End musicals.
Which musicals did you do?
My Fair Lady and Phantom of the Opera.
I saw My Fair Lady in the West End at Drury Lane.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that.
You don't look old enough to have seen it.
I was,
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it. It was ages ago, though, wasn't
it was a long
What was your part?
I was the Prince of Transylvania, so I danced with Eliza at the ball.
So was that a ballet role?
It was Matthew Bourne choreography for that particular production.
Yes.
Trevor Nunn was the director.
Okay.
And so it was equal, actually. Acting, singing, dancing, really, probably in very equal measure for that particular production.
Yeah. And Phantom was such an amazing show.
Extraordinary.
I mean, what was your role in it?
The Slave Master.
And you were choreographed by Gillian Lynn?
That production. I think I learnt it from somebody else. I don't think Gillian Lynn was there when we were learning it, but that's her choreography.
Because I was wondering if you had the opportunity to work with Gillian Lynn during that
hadn't
production.
done, no, which is a great
I
shame.
mean, the legacy that she left, I mean, incredible.
Really incredible, absolutely.